In this short video, I am presenting the gauge chart. For the time being, I added it to Walls feature and Dashboard feature because those are the ones which chart the result of a TSQL query, meaning I have access to the names of the columns in the output. In the beginning, the chart was displaying a single color for the value, but I realized that sometimes, especially when you have more gauges on the same screen and you want to see easier which ones are closer to the target, you need to change the color of the value, which I implemented with those thresholds following the chart type. In the Dashboard feature, you can see 3 examples of using the gauges, but you can imagine more use case scenarios. For example, you can create a gauge that will alert if there are any Standard Edition or Enterprise Edition in development environment. You can create a gauge which will display total number of CPUs or memory grouped by environment. We can create also a dashboard which will display for a server the number of failed backups for the databases on that server, or the number of failed consistency checks, or the buffer cache hit ratio, or PLE. I believe this chart type is more appropriate for specific type of information than the ones I already had. On top of that, the gauge chart would have been to next logical chart type I should have been creating after the pie chart and the donut chart, because donut is just a pie covered within white circle having a smaller radius on top of it, while gauge is the donut, but without drawing a full circle. At least this is how I implemented them. Next video will be to add the gauge chart to single chart and charts feature, but that will require more work because I need to provide the user a way to input the values for min, max, target, and value. I was thinking that in the right side of the gauge where I have space, I will add some text boxes with those names, and whenever user is clicking on it, then a pop-up will be displayed which will allow the user to select the value for the min, max, and so on. For the remaining of the video, you will see how the thresholds can be modified when it comes to the query used for a dashboard.